It's like trying to start up an engine on a bicycle. Greetings. Hey, Killer Bunny. Thank you for the 40 bits. Let me turn my Runescape orchestrated sound off and turn the in-game sound on, because I'm sure this has music, voice acting is on. It's on quite loud as well, so I might have to adjust that. We'll find out. Is this where the quest starts? Ah, okay. That's a big-ass needle. It's, I guess, the eye of the needle? I don't know. Voice and music. Cool. So this apparently is listed as short in length. So this should be... I don't know, we'll see. If I'm blind, maybe not. You examine the needle. It says, a word can change the world. What's this? You have received a section of the needle. It thrums with great power. I will be reading in chat. I may not be reading everything I read out loud, just to keep the story contiguous. Wow. Nice ambience. If you give the needle the correct words, it can show you times past. What happened here? The needle skips is a fully voice activated... Yeah, okay, I get that. You can reset things and all that jazz. The body appears frozen in time. She has written the word Megan in blood next to her. Hang on. I can't help myself. Is there a ground barrier here? Oh, Jagex and your... They've put invisible barriers in. I wanted to get a close-up of those dead eyes. I'm a silly boy. Okay, which way am I going? Down the path, I suppose. Oh, this is a windy trail. They used a lot of Grove assets, I see. I love it. I love the Grove assets. They're beautiful. I'm so glad they reused some of these Grove assets. Oh, they're gorgeous. Obviously, I'm gonna head off to the house first here. Alright, so let's talk to Megan.
Books are for bookcases. The clue's in the name. Stop scattering them about this damned house. You won't get out of bed for dinner, but you'll do it for a flipping book.
Pardon? That was... okay. She won't get out of someone in bed? I have the... let's see here. Commune Shard of the Needle. Okay. Find keywords from the story to unlock memory fragments. Select an unlocked memory to view its keywords or replay the memory. Okay. Those trees aren't 10 out of 10, yeah. Beautiful house as well. Right now I'm just exploring the environment first. Getting a feel for everything. Oh, look at that cute teddy bear. I feel like that was used in something before as well. I've seen that teddy bear before. Alright, let's head downstairs. Stove. I like this, I should start examining things as well. Unlikely to contain money. Suitable for slaving over. Storing food. Yeah, typical. That's a gorgeous... Like, I would... This is how I would love to have my... Like, main room in my house. Gorgeous. My, like... big main hall room. So... Is my main goal here to just start typing in keywords, or should I, like, head down the road here and check out the docks? Let's see. Is there anything down here? Okay, so there's... Okay. Nothing down here. Alright. So that will... I will... typing in keywords will start revealing memories. Whoa. The music just changed. Like, violently. Alright. So... Oh, death? You discover a fragment of...
You can ignore death. Blood.
Oh.
It was blissful.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
We lived in a house where those things didn't exist. But it was like we were pulling back the curtains and hoping for the best. Hoping that those flimsy pieces of fabric would keep the violence out. We were wrong. The world got in. A sea troll got in.
I'm gonna replay that because I accidentally my thumb twitched. So I'm gonna replay that. How do you make it replay? Replay. Oh, it just shows you in the box. It's not gonna give me the voice acting. All right, so it was blissful. We lived in a house where those beings didn't exist, but it was like we were pulling back the curtains, hoping for the best, hoping for all those. Okay, you only get the chat replays. Gotcha. No worries. Okay.
Primrose. Books are for bookcases. The clue's in the name.
Megan, obviously.
The day we moved here, Primrose was 2. I remember her toddling next to us, carrying a book, one of the bigger ones.
The day we moved here, Primrose was 2. Okay.
You couldn't stop her. We called her a little pack-yak Primrose. Sure, she slowed us down, made the journey painfully long, but you tried to tell her to stop. Ah, good days.
I like this. So Primrose, obviously.
Primrose is so strong, but people can't see past the illness. Doctors, visitors, they all make that mistake. Judge her by the disease. The microscopic evil magnified into something huge. But I see the strength. Damn girl never lets an argument go unwon. She'll fight for the things she loves, for sure.
Okay, so Primrose is ill.
And she's full of love. Not always for her mum, but, you know, it's there. Growing up, she loved everything. Cared for everything.
Alright, so Primrose has an illness of some kind. Let's try that.
A year to live.
A year to live, wow.
That's all the doctor could give her. Holding his hands out upright like a pauper. Please, miss, this is all I can give you. Primrose just half smiled when the doctor told her. I was so angry at her for brushing it all aside. I needed her to cry, break down, something. Just react, damn it. Each month I watched helplessly as she got thinner. Her skin became translucent. But you know Primrose, it just meant that her character shone through brighter. I wish she didn't hide that character away. So often she reserved it for her creatures, her monsters.
Alright, so tell me about these creatures. Did I spell that right? No, I totally did not. Like, I know I didn't spell that right.
I guess we should have stopped it earlier. Even when she was young, she'd have imaginary friend after imaginary friend. They'd even have relatives. Imaginary sisters and brothers would come to visit. Some would get lost, and we'd have to pretend to look for them. It got serious once Primrose got ill. She would keep their counsel, rather than talk to me. She did it when I wasn't watching, but I knew. She would write poems with them, sing with them, confide in them, ask them for their thoughts.
Alright, is there any difference between them and the monsters? Or I'm just gonna write monsters in there and see. Alright.
Gale didn't come to us at first. She'd been watching us for some time from the Needle, making sure we weren't monsters, I guess. I mean, we'd seen her. She wasn't great at hiding herself, after all. She's 10 foot tall and blue. Joss assumed the worst, as he always did. Tried to scare her away with air blasts.
I just learned about
Nothing
Gale
would
and
hurt her,
Joss.
just to send a message. She kept clear. It was only when Joss left, no, abandoned us, that she felt courage enough to talk to me.
I didn't see how Gale was spelled. It was Gale or Gale. Try that way first. You discover... Did that work? Gale and Ross? Was it? Bird does not reveal any new memories. Okay. Interesting. Imagining another family. The Blue Woman. Can you play the Blue Woman for me? Gale didn't come to us at first. She'd been watching us hold on. First there's a table upstairs too, as I'm reading that as well. I don't know why a table appeared. Apparently objects can appear. Interact with objects that appear. I don't know if that means anything. So I just want to kind of take... Oh, look. People. Primrose is here now and stuff. If I can actually...
Mum!
Cool.
The books don't want to be in the bookcase. Just stop fussing. And don't go calling them monsters. They're friends.
Oh.
No chance of me making any more friends. Gotta hold on to the ones I've got.
Ah. So the monsters are friends?
I had no choice. I had to sell the adventures of Hannibus. It was going to bring us food, medicine, which would make her strong again. We couldn't afford not to. I was going to ask permission from Primrose, but she wouldn't have understood. I took it from her as she slept. She had her arms around it, like she knew the plan. It took some jostling, but I had it. I can be delicate when I need to be. She didn't mention Hannibus the next morning.
You monster. Alright, what about the books?
My whole life I've been surrounded by books. Not once have I read one. I can see my tombstone, crushed under a pile of books. When I met Joss, he was hidden behind a stack of wizarding tomes. He'd line our house with them. Primrose treated them as toys, then things to climb, then adventures to climb into. Her imagination was always wild. She'd play out the god wars with Saradomin as a ladle and Zamorak as a pepper pot.
That's cute. Alright, first I gotta examine the pile of books here. There's a mix of young adult books and ancient magical tomes. Someone likes to mix genres. Okay, nothing really of importance there. Alright, let's explore this table here. Dear Sloop, I am the gold beneath the dragon, the egg beneath the dove, the girl beneath the mother. Will you save me, love? It just sounds like a poem. Sloop is a type of boat. It literally just sounds like a poem.
Mom, the books don't want to be in the bookcase.
Alright, let me... Did I type in bookcase? Hang on. I forget. I took in books, but I don't know what I typed in bookcase. Alright, that doesn't do anything. I mean, where's the... I want to hear that memory again. Crushed under bookcase. What was that one? Let me see. Surrounded by books. Tombstone. Crushed by books. By Josh. Joss. I already tried that memory. Nothing. Primrose treated them as toys. Things to climb. Her imagination, where she'd always gone to the God Wars. Yeah. That doesn't seem... I'll try Joss again, but I don't think... Oh, okay.
Every weekend it was the same thing.
My bad.
Pack provisions.
I tried Ross.
Some books and bits of cloth. Worry about leaving Primrose behind.
Every weekend was the same thing. Pack provisions, wrap some books in blessed cloth, and worry about Primrose behind.
Then it was the trip to the Wizard's Tower, cart and all. Sell some books to Sloop. Ask around about Joss.
Okay.
Cook a weekend banquet for the elite wizards.
Now I've learned that Sloop is a person, not a boat. About the cook a weekend bake. Okay.
Then it was back home, worried about Primrose and whether Gale had kept her safe. Temper, temper. That's what Joss would always say to me. God, it would only make me angrier. Whenever I would hook his nose out of a damned book, temper, temper. Whenever I called him on his laziness, doing the chores with some cheap magic, temper, temper. They were even his last words to me before he left. Wherever the bastard has gone, I imagine him repeating them like a cheap toy. Sloop was my husband's apprentice. He was a boy, not much older than Primrose, I guess, but he caught the wizarding bug, self-centered and ambitious. Still, he kept an ear out for news about Joss. Plus, he bought my books, as often as he could spare the money. I ferried them in small batches, as he could only buy so many. You could tell he never found it easy talking to me. He wanted to keep our meetings as quick as possible. The boy has a dark secret, you can be sure of it. Last trip, he asked for the adventures of Hannibus and said he would pay well. It's Primrose's favorite book. I don't know if I can take it from her, but we need to eat. We need her medicines.
Alright, so that's where the book went. No, a book has been added to the bookcase.
There was a day when the illness hit her hard. A day when she couldn't ignore it. Primrose dropped her favorite book.
Look at me go.
The Adventures of Hannibus, I think it was. She couldn't pick it up. It was open on its back page, the ending staring right up at her. It was the first time I'd seen her cry since the illness. I tried to hand it to her, but she shoved it away. I felt like her jailer.
I was head down to the bookcase downstairs, I suppose. I may want to re-examine that letter now that I know that he's a person and see if there's... Whoa, wait a second. Let's explore this spear from tip to tip. So the spear never been used. Tiny ass text. I gotta get all up into my monitor. The spear's never been used. It's still, there's a price tag on it from the Drainer Market. Gotcha. All right. Here's the bookcase downstairs. Okay, so there's nothing to interact with. It's just a book has been added to it. Okay. Well, that threw me off. Okay. Where was I? Let's explore this cart out here. Someone has carved Joss for Megan crudely into the side of this cart. Scuffing in the mud. So that's how you could kind of get an idea that they were together, I guess. Alright. Let me get back into the zone here. I do my best work upstairs, I think. Every weekend, it was the same thing. Pack provisions, wrap some books in blessed cloth, and worry about leaving Primrose behind. Then it was a trip to the Wizard's Tower, cart and all. Sell some books to Sloop. Ask around about Josh. Cook a weekend banquet for elite wizards. Then it was back home, worried about Primrose, and whether Gale had kept her safe. What's this one called? The Wizard's Apprentice. Sloop was my husband's apprentice. He was a boy, not much older than Primrose, I guess, but he'd caught the wizarding bug. Let me try wizard. Wizard? Or apprentice, perhaps? There we go.
Is there anyone more self-involved than a wizard? I get it, I do. As a wizard, you have to study for years. You have to find a niche that no wizard has found. You have to fight over whatever resources there are. But none of them, not Joss, not Sloop, not the Wizard's Tower, can see how self-centered they are. The tower's just a chocolate box of egos, all in a variety of flavors.
Apprentice. You discover a new word. What does that mean? I mean, yeah. I knew that word. It was already in my vocabulary. Let's see here. I see it unlocks the keyword as far as, yeah, it's associated with this memory, I guess. Or that means that would have unlocked that memory, I guess. I get you. So there's a list of these keywords would unlock. No, I guess that's not true, because Megan would have. Yeah. Megan is associated with this keyword, I guess. That is what that means. Alright, anyway. Continuing on here. Hey Mage, you're a 15-year vet, right? Yes. I will try, what am I trying here? I forgot what I was going to say now. It's okay. Try the Wizard's Tower. Alright. That added to the pile, but did not help me. I remember when they were 100k each, and I'm not talking OSRS. Alright, we're talking party hats in clan chat. But none of them, not Joss, not Sloop, not the Wizard's Tower, can see the self-centered they are. I'll try self-centered, maybe? Self-centered? No? Magic. Does not reveal any new memories. You know what? Just gotta put the word spear in because I just want. Why is there a spear there? Okay. Okay. Alright. 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 I'm going back upstairs. I feel more comfortable upstairs. There's less tick-talking. Making me feel like I got some sort of time limit. Plus, this is the genie's chest from Treasure Hunter. I feel comfortable around it. Makes me feel like I'm at home. Where I belong. Near microtransactions.
Mum, the books don't want to be in the bookcase.
Haven't you heard?
Stop fussing. And don't go calling them monsters. They're friends. No chance of me making any more friends. Gotta hold on to the ones I've got.
Anything on in this note? Dear Sloop, I am the gold beneath the dragon, the egg beneath the dove. The girl beneath her mother will... Oh! They're the same age! Ah...
When I was younger, I'd fall in love twice a week. It would come to me as easy as a temper, and would disappear just as quick. I thought I would fall out of love with Joss as quickly as the others. In the end, the love went, but it took a while. There was my love for Sarah Domin, of course, but I wasn't getting love in return. Primrose has always been the exception. To fall out of love with Primrose would be to fall out of love with, well, everything. I know what you're thinking. No, that time doesn't count. I wasn't angry with Primrose, I was angry at them.
Interesting. No, anger? Anger. Discover a new word. Okay, that's not where I was going with that. That is not the direction I expected that to go in. Gold beneath the dragon. Gold beneath her mother. No, how do you can only put one word in, I assume, right? Yeah. I hate just taking stabs like that. A new strategy, I suppose. Nothing in here to search. Only have a few left to unlock. Each month, I watch helplessly. She got thinner. Her skin became translucent. Alright, let's see. Helpless, perhaps? No? Translucent. I don't. That seems like a far. I want to know more about her illness, but. Did I ask about the doctor? No? There it is. There it is.
Potions would strengthen her for a day or two. Then she would be back in bed, just as ill. It's like the disease was a bull, crashing through any barrier we put in front of it. But I couldn't help buying potion after potion. Near half of the money we had, it was spent on these little moments of strength.
Alright, the potions. The medicine. Strength. Damn it. I took a lot of the random stabs. Thank you very much for the resub, BladeCom. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for coming back and continuing to support the channel. I really do appreciate that. I'm really having fun. This is... I hope they continue to do this type of new stuff, and I really hope they do this again. Like, this is a really fun format. This is a fresh take on questing, and I'm enjoying it. This is the type of puzzle I can get behind. It's not completely maddening, and I'm having... And I mean, like, I'm a language, like, nerd, so this works for me. I hate spatial puzzles, but I love word puzzles. Alright, what haven't I asked about here? Let's see. But I couldn't help potion after potion nearly half of the money. Let's talk about money, maybe? No? Little moments of strength. Wait, which one was that? Wizard or Apprentice, the Wizard's Tower, an unforgivable act. Oh, that's what she sold the book, right? I had no choice but to sell The Adventures of Hannibus. It was going to bring us food and medicine, which would make her strong again. We couldn't afford not to. I was going to ask permission from Primrose, but she wouldn't have understood. I took it from her as she slept. She had her arms around it like she knew my plan. Yeah. She didn't mention it. She didn't mention Hannibus the next morning. Not a word. Silence? Silence, maybe? No. I've already put Hannibus in there. I put death in there, obviously. That was like the first thing I put in there. I put... Focus mage bit. The blue woman. Yeah, what about the blue woman? I want to know more about these monsters, but I don't know if there is more to know about them. There we go. Gale didn't come to us at first. She'd been watching us for some time from the needle, making sure we weren't monsters, I guess. I mean, we didn't... We'd seen her hiding herself, after all. She's 10 foot tall and blue. Joss assumed the worst, as he always did, tried to scare her away with air blasts. Nothing would hurt her, just to send a message. She kept clear. So yeah, Gale is one of my topics here, obviously. I see... Blue would be a silly word to put in, but I'll put it in. It's not gonna... I'm sure completing all the words is something you need to do for, like, extra credit. Like, so I might as well try. Gale. I definitely put Gale in, but I'll just make sure. No, I see it already in there. Monsters. Maybe watching? No? I feel like there's more to know about the monster, or Gale has a bigger role to play yet. All the words give you a large lamp, but I don't know if it's a different Master Questcape. I think it's just a large lamp. I could be wrong, though. But, you know, either way is fine with me. I like the idea of completing it if I can. I'll do my best. I'm having fun either way. I was hoping there'd be a little more music in this area. Is the music broken? I don't think so. It's just super ambient. Oh. Okay. I think it was just super broken. My apologies. Oh. Oh no, I thought I could... I'm talking to... I talked to her through the painting. Alright. I assume the best way to go about this is to search my needle, not the house. Because the house isn't going to really provide me much of anything. We've learned a lot about... the wilting flower. Rumors are strong, but people can't see past the illness. I put illness in there. Doctors, visitors, they all make the same mistake. Judge her by the disease, the microscopic evil, magnified by something huge. Evil? No. Something huge. But I see the strength. Damn girl never lets an argument go unwon. She'll fight for the things she loves for sure. And she's full of love. Not always for her mom, but you know, it's there. Growing up, she's loved everything. Cared for everything. Yeah, I got screwed on one word since it was in fire voice over you unlocked. Is it keeping me from like a super important memory or anything? Or is it just keeping me from unlocking a trivial keyword? If it's just a keyword, then it's not a big deal. If it's keeping me from like progressing in the story big time, then I'll take it, because if it's a memory, all right, I'll take the word then. I mean, is it something that I can figure out on my own with a little bit of trial and error, or like, can I search through these and find it if I keep searching, or like if I go back and read through these, you tell me which one to read, maybe? Give me an idea. I would pay any price. Fragment of memory. Alright, let me refocus here. A general direction of what type of... who I'm looking for here. It's just playing random music, isn't it? Cool. I'm fine with that. RuneScape music is great. Let's see here. I wish they gave you an idea. Okay, so I mean, I guess this one's about Megan, right? So I mean, I wish they had different icons. I guess that's supposed to help me a little bit, to tell me like, hey, this is about Megan, so I don't know. I honestly, I'm a little stumped at this point because I'm not sure where I left off. The unforgivable act. I mean, I think this is where I left off. It's to some degree is where they sold the book for medicine. Like I think that's pretty like I think that's kind of. And now she's like angry at her mother. Now they're not like speaking. She's obviously kind of near the end now. So it'd be like not speaking or anger. I already put anger in there, I thought. I'm definitely pretty sure I put that. Yeah, I already discovered that word. I liked something about one of these entries over here that I was reading. Let me see here. Crushed under a pile of books. The day we moved here. Men I love. Temper. The arrogance of wizards. The blue woman. Imagining another family. The wilting flower. Yeah, the wilting flower was one that I found interesting as well. Primrose is so strong, but she can't see past the illness. Doctors, visitors, they all make the same mistake. It's all Megan talking. Yeah, I don't know. What would be the question mark in that situation? Let's see here. I had no choice to sell the adventures of Hannibus. Food? I mean, food? No. Medicine? I'm pretty sure I already put that in there, yeah. Food, medicine, which would have... strong again, we could not afford to. Afford? I didn't think so. I was going to ask permission from Primrose. Permission doesn't seem like something that would make very much sense, but she wouldn't have understood. I took it from her as she slept. Slept? No, I didn't think so. Maybe sleep? Wondering if like her monsters come to her while she slept or something. Like, I don't know. I'm literally spitballing here. If I had any spit, She understood. She had her arms around it, like she knew the plan. Not a word. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What could that keyword? Betrayal? Damn it. Thought I was being clever there for a second. Thought I was being clever there. Let's see. Delicate? No. Did I try permission? I think I tried permission. My short-term memory is horrible. I'll try a different memory. Moving along. That has a lot of words on it too. Let's see. Every weekend, it was the same thing. Pack provisions, wrap some books in blessed cloth, and worry about leaving Primrose behind. Worry? Nope. Did I discover that word? Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I don't fully understand how you're supposed to... Sorry. Bumped my windscreen there. To enumerate these words, perhaps they just come from other locations as well. This is about the monsters, right? Imagining another family. Let's replay that one then. I guess we should have stopped it earlier. Even when she was young, she'd have imagined... I put imagination and imagination... Oh, yeah. Something just appeared. The string is well worn. The symbol has rarely left someone's neck. Saradomin?
Saradomin, this is my final prayer. If you're listening, then damn you. You choose to listen now. You choose the moment when I give this up. Damn you back to the Third Age. You know what? I don't care whether you listen or not. I found someone else to have faith in.
Interesting. Someone else to have faith in. I don't care whether you listen or not. I have chosen somebody else. To have faith in. Alright, we've made some progress here. Damn you, Sarah Dahlman. So this blue woman, I assume. But that's so she's taken the symbol off of her neck to renounce her her allegiance to Sarah Dahlman, obviously. Which was expressed in that that voice acting there, but okay. I receive that. But where do I go from there? Let's see. My final prayer. Prayer. There we go. I mean, or is that just, that's just a new word though, huh? Or what does that add to? Yeah, prayers. Alright, here's to prayers to Sarah Dahlman. Maybe that'll add a new word, no. Necklace, maybe? Oh my god, is that horrible sound coming in from outside? The hell is that? Oh, that's probably a vacuum cleaner. Are you trying to do all the keywords or just move on onto a new memory? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Vacuum's coming in. That's not great. Sorry about that. I hope it's not too bad. I forgot it's vacuum day. I got the house cleaning coming in. Second Tuesday. Is it the second Tuesday? Ugh, yeah, it is. Third Tuesday. Anyway. Where was I? Are you going to try to do all the keywords or just move on? Yeah, no, so, yeah. No, I'm just trying to move along here. But if I can get the keywords, that's cool. But I'm trying to do it blind. But I only have a few left to do. I'm almost there. I'm just... The sound of that vacuum is disrupting me. I was told that it was going to happen. I just completely forgot. And I could have planned accordingly, and I didn't. So, it's my own fault. I apologize. Let's see here. So... better. That's much better. Alright. So, how about you... let's try this one here. Every weekend, we go to the Wizard's Tower and we get drunk. Yep. Alright, now. I'm actually kind of at an impasse here, a little bit. I get that she's like... She's sad. She's renounced Sarah Dahlman. Blue lady, 10 foot tall. I think she's dead though. I've been looking at them through the needle. I have a fragment of the needle. Apparently the needle is quite large. Well, look, we can go back up to the needle. I think it's up here. It's a large object. I thought the needle might fit in my pocket. You can talk to the NPCs and explore things around. They sometimes say new things when you unlock my... Oh, okay. I'll try that. Like this here. Like Gale is actually standing now. So good info. I'm glad I came back up here.
Stupid. So stupid. I should have been here. I can fix this. Stupid. So stupid. I should have been here. I can fix this.
So Gale thinks she can fix this. I don't know if that's of any... I'll just put in the word stupid. And fix this. Just, that's not how you spell fix, but, you know. It was fun anyway. I'll just search the needle just in case there's anything up here. Okay, let's go talk to Megan and see if she says anything new now that she's renounced her allegiance to Saradomin.
Primrose. Books are for bookcases. The clue's in the name. Stop scattering them about this damned house. You won't get out of bed for dinner, but you'll do it for a flipping book.
Nothing new there. Well. Are these laid out in any sequential order, or are these seemingly just kind of randomly placed? These little cards? Let's see here. Saradomin, this is my final prayer. If you're listening, then damn you. I put damn in, right? Final? Why can't I do anything right? I'm okay. I'm alright. They're in order of events. So, oh, okay. Well, that's helpful then. Crushed under a pile. So, like, is crushed under a pile of books number 1? And is this numbered, like, end? Like, how does it? How do we progress here? Because that actually would help me a lot in understanding what the hell's going on. If they progress left from right, left to right, then I will... Excuse me. Okay. Alright, cool. Then I can grasp this a little more firmly now. Alright, so imagining another family, and then we have a block here. Okay. Alright, then maybe I can understand this a little better now. So what's going on here? So, crushed under a pile of books, we start off with... Let me clear my own chat here so I can... Bloop. Have a nice, clean, fresh bottom to start with. We all like that. Okay. My whole life I've been surrounded by books. Nobody gives a shit. Then this. Then this. I'm just laying it all out there. Bam. Excuse me? Is this... Excuse me? Is it... I don't know. Excuse me? Excuse me? Is this I don't think this is RuneScape music anymore. I'm scared. Where's this coming from? I'm scared. Help. Help me. I know. Help. Help me. Help me. I don't know what to close. Dear Lord. I don't know what to do. I see. I'm closing everything. I don't know what to do. I got nothing left to close. What's happening?
It's understandable to have a wet animal when I'm wiggling my hind. It's clear from the song that there ain't no wrong with a coat of bacon. Right! Now you're afraid of what they'll say. Cause it makes you every day. There's joy inside a bacon duffel.
I've closed everything. I've closed literally everything. I'm gonna have to, like, end the stream. And literally shut down my computer. Like, I don't know what's running. There are no browser windows running. I'm gonna close, Spotify is closed. Twitch is closed. I'm gonna close Twitch from, like, what? Chrome from fucking... What the literal fuck is doing this? This has completely ruined the VOD. Whatever program, when I find what program has done this, it is banned from my computer forever. Like, what the fuck? This is gonna be hilarious when I figure out what it is, but right now I'm really mad. Seriously. What's happening? What the fuck? What the literal fuck just happened? I think that was RuneScape music. That was RuneScape music. That literally played inside my RuneScape player. Friends. That was fucking RuneScape music. I just closed all my browsers. I just closed everything. I thought my computer I thought my computer was hacked. For like a second. I'm like, have I been invaded by like a foreign enemy? Oh god, alright, let's continue this. Oh my goodness. That was I hate everything. Hang on. You know what? Music player, you've in-game music player, you've lost your privileges. Hang on. Mute. You've lost... Voice acting, fine, but Spotify, we're going to play the RuneScape official soundtrack orchestrated, because I don't trust the in-game soundtrack anymore after that. That is not acceptable. What was that? What was that? Holy crap. I am so sorry. Oh god. Okay, let me try to get back into the swing of things here. So, pulling close the curtain there's a block missing here, right? So what's going on here? I guess we should have stopped it earlier. Even when she was young, she'd have imaginary friends after friend. Then even have they'd even have relatives, imaginary sisters, even brothers would come to visit. Some would get lost, and we'd have to pretend to look for them. It got serious once Primrose got ill. She would keep their counsel rather than talk to me. She did it when I wasn't watching, but I knew. She would write poems with them, sing with them, confide with them, ask them for their thoughts. Okay. So there's more. There's got to be more to these creatures in this area. Relatives? Cousins? Hmm. You can't ever say RuneScape music isn't diverse. I'll give it that. I lost all of my saved tabs now. It's okay, I can restore them. It's the beauty of letting Chrome spy on you. Who says it's not useful? Relatives, imaginary sisters, and brothers would come to visit. Sisters. Brothers, I mean, it's unlikely, but... Council? Poems? She likes to write poems. I saw that on the desk. She likes to sing? Discovered a new word, but that's not helpful to me. I need to discover a new fragment. Confide, perhaps? She confides in them. I can't type anymore. No. Thoughts? Asks them for their thoughts? Huh. Who says this quest is short? Alright. I gotta put on my thinking cap. Hey! That did unlock a memory. So we're good there. Alright, moving along then. You can ignore death, blood, murder. The mind's flexible like that. They all happen too far away from people with faraway lives. It was blissful. We lived in a place where those things didn't exist. But it was like we were pulling away back the curtains, hoping for the best. Hoping those films were pieces of fabric we could keep the violence out. We were wrong. The world got it. A sea troll got in. So let's try troll. There we go.
Some memories stick in you like barbs. They hurt whenever you accidentally catch yourself on them. I was on the way back from the Wizard's Tower. The day had gone well. I'd sold some books for more than I expected, and I'd gotten the cooking job. But I arrived at the house. There was the bang-bang of the door, slamming in the wind. I abandoned the cart, rushed in. I called for Primrose. Nothing. A stray sea troll had found its way into the house. It was long gone when I got there, but it had killed her. Primrose. That was the first time Gale talked to me. I couldn't move. I was crying on the floor of the kitchen, and Gale came to me.
Gotcha. That one was one of the ones unfair. The first memory you unlocked was about the sea troll, but you had no context when starting the quest. Yeah, I typed in death at first because I figured it was like, oh, I saw someone dead, so I typed in the word death. Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah. That makes sense. Alright, so damn you, Sarah Dahlman obviously leads into this question mark, with which obviously has a tie to Megan, which makes sense because she's the one cursing Sarah Dahlman. That's her necklace on the table there. Alright, so now we know what happened here. That's the worst moment. Okay, so leading up to that, so pulling closed the curtain. Let me replay this for myself here. She got the job. She's on her way back. A sea troll murders her daughter. Megan is standing there. She's not happy with Sarah Dahman, obviously. This is my final prayer if you're listening, then damn you. You choose to listen now. You choose the moment when I give this up. Damn you, back to the third age. You know what? I don't care whether you listen or not. I've found something else to have faith in. And then, I mean, how would I know what that is? Can I talk to Megan now?
Primrose.
No?
Books are for bookcases. Stop scattering them about. You won't get out of...
Okay. That's interesting. This has something to do with Megan here. And then we're back over to the... This is like... Is this a separate timeline, or do these lead into each other? This is back over to the Wizard's Tower here? Every weekend it was the same pack. Provisions, wrap some books, and blessed... Because this is talking about Primrose again. It's like, but she's dead over here. Oh, okay, but like... Something obviously happens with... Megan. She's probably like... The needle, maybe? Discover a new word. Oh, well, that didn't help much. Alive? Save? Dead? I already discovered that word. I have done their names, yeah. Megan and Gale and all of the main characters. Only have 3 to do. Gale, Blue, Love, Joss, Monsters, Needle. Megan has a word in one of the ones he hasn't unlocked, but he didn't trigger the memory. Yeah. So we have the sea troll here, because obviously she's really angry here with Sarah Dahlman, but I'm trying to figure out what's happening next here, and I would figure Megan would step in here. I mean, Gale would step in here and do something with the needle, but I am not 100% sure yet. And I don't know anything about this block here, so I'm trying to take maybe some context from these to get context here, or maybe reverse engineer from, I don't know. I'll type in Megan, but I'm pretty sure you may have talked to her, but unlocked the way for it. Okay, I'll try it, sure. Maybe there could be a bug. Megan. I've already discovered that word.
Primrose. Well, stop scattering them about. You won't get out of...
Doesn't seem to have any effect. Alright, so we have an unfavorable act here where she sells the book, Hannibus. And then there's the apprentice sloop for the wizard. I don't have any idea what would unlock anything here. Maybe talk to Gale again? Sure. It's good to talk to Gale. All I can think of is Bob's Burgers. Aunt Gale. Forgive me, this is a... As much as I love Grove art style, it's hard to navigate the terrain. For me, at least. Spatially, it's not easy to tell what direction I'm going in. But damn, is it pretty! Oh, I know. It's good to try, though.
I can fix this. Sit down. Sit down. Let me offer you a wish.
Well, okay. Start with the first one.
Stupid.
No.
So stupid.
My bad.
I can fix this.
Second memory then.
I can fix this. Sit down. Sit down. Let me offer you a wish. I can fix this.
Okay.
Sit down. Sit down.
Oh, I got you. So, there you go. Wish.
You got to remember, up to this point, Gale was a bogeyman. Someone who watched us and then sped away into the night. Then she's in my house, talking to me, offering me wishes like I was a princess from one of Primrose's books. Gale led me to the hilltop. Her hands were so cold and hard. I felt numb, but I couldn't figure out if it was from me or her. She showed me something called the needle. Gale asked again, did I really want my wish? She had to shake me to get an answer. The needle would take us both back 30 days. While Gale and I would remember what had happened, no one else would. We'd be the only ones to remember the Sea Troll's attack. But Primrose would be alive. I agreed, and Gale pulled thread from the needle. She separated the thread into strands, and a dome of fabric fell about us. The dome flashed with blinding light. You couldn't see about you, it was impossible. As the light faded, Gale gestured me to my house and said, "Be with her." I rushed through the door and checked the calendar. 30 days back. My daughter's birthday. I checked my bedroom. There wasn't another Megan in there. Then I went to Primrose. She was asleep in her bed. I sat in the chair, watching her. No one was...
Oops. My finger twitched. Damn it. I have a smile on my face. That's nice. Ah, that makes me happy. Good. I knew she had multi-speaking section, I just didn't know what triggered the unlock. Thank you, I appreciate that. Because it might have taken me forever to go up there. Good progress. Only 2 remaining now. Alright, let's see here. We have 2 completely clueless ones here.
I can fix this. Sit down. Sit down.
That's the thing here. So, every weekend it was the same pack provisions, wrap some books in blessed cloth, and worry about leaving Primrose behind. Then it was the trip to the Wizard's Tower, cart and all, sell some books to Sloop, and ask about Josh to cook a weekend banquet for the elite wizards. Hey, how you doing, Sukrin? Welcome to the exciting world of Runescape, where we are indulging in a murder mystery quest. I'm actually nearing the end, and I'm quite stumped on these last 2. See here. I had no choice. I had to sell the Adventures of Hannibus. It was going to bring us food, medicine, which I needed to make her strong again. We couldn't afford not to. I was going to ask permission from Primrose, but she wouldn't have understood. Tired as hell, Thanksgiving week. Working in produce sucks. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you have plenty of people taking all of your produce, so you're probably constantly restocking. Nice. Nice. I'm enjoying this new quest, so I'm having fun. Yeah, I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving as well. The shopping is getting done today. And it's a small Thanksgiving, just me, my mother and grandmother. So nice and quiet. I might almost be ready for like tiny hints for these last couple ones because I'm not 100% sure. How's Dragon Quest going? Are these last 2 related to the Wizard's Tower and the Apprentices, or are they related to Primrose? That's what I need to know. Because I'm completely out of context here. I'm also an only child. And my mother's siblings both live far away. So, nice and quiet. The last one you unlocked, if you look over the dialogue words from it, you will unlock the second to last one you have. So the last one you unlocked, if you look over the dialogue words from it, unlock the second to last one you have. Are you saying if I look at this one, I'll unlock the last one I have? Am I understanding that correctly? I had no choice. I had to sell the Adventures of Hannah because that, I feel like there's meat in here. I feel like that's what I was supposed to do. And if I'm on the correct path there, then let me know. No? Good. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm wrong. You know, you just unlocked the wish clue. Oh. Alright, hang on. Yeah, a second chance, a wish clue. Okay, if I read through this, I will unlock... Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. I'm being a silly boy. You're right. This is why I never became a gumshoe. Yeah, RuneScape has improved a little bit. Although there is old school RuneScape if you like shitty graphics. Pardon my language. And also, it actually looks even better than this. I'm squishing it down into 1080p. I'm actually playing in 4K, so it looks even better than this. But nobody streaming in 4K is not fair for people in low bandwidth. So, you know. All right, let's read through this. You've got to remember, up to this point, Gale was a boogeyman, someone who watched us and sped away into the night. Then she was in my house talking to me, offering me wishes, like I was a princess from Primrose's books. Gale led me to the hilltop. Her hands were so cold and hard, I felt numb, but I couldn't figure out it was for me or her. She showed me something called the needle. Gale asked again, did I really want my wish? She had to shake me to get an answer. The needle would take us both back 30 days. So there's time travel involved here, obviously. And this RuneScape 3 is going to be on mobile devices soon as well. I have the beta copy on my phone already. It works pretty well. I just upgraded my Android phone to the latest version of Android, and it actually works really well now. So, basically, I can play RuneScape in, like, the doctor's waiting room, and I can then come home and pick it right back up and play RuneScape back at my desktop. That's basically what I do while I'm watching all of my Twitch shows. I'm basically just always playing RuneScape no matter where I am. Anyway, what's going on here? Primrose would be alive. Yep. I agreed, and Gale pulled the thread from the needle. Maybe thread? That's probably will give... No, not even one word. Figured that would at least put a word on the board. My only memory of playing this game was when fishing lobsters and killing frost and ice giants. Hey, those are some of my best memories. Fishing lobsters off the Karamja docks and killing ice giants in the Asgarnia ice dungeon. Those are the OG days. My god. Someone got a power drill going on out there? What the heck? I rushed through the door and checked the calendar. 30 days back, my daughter's birthday. I checked my bedroom. There wasn't another Megan in there. Then I went to Primrose. She was asleep in her bed. I sat in the chair watching her. No one was going to budge me from my spot. Not ever. Oh, I wonder if she... No, I'm already upstairs. Is she in the stairs? In the chairs? In the upstairs stairs? It would be cool if they moved her upstairs. But they didn't. Let me just keep reading through here. Boogeyman, perhaps? I really thought that one would add something. Oh, yeah. You know, it's 10:30 in the morning on, what is it, Tuesday? I don't... Is it sad that I had to think about that for a second? I was going to say I'd pop over to the player-owned farms on World 2. It might actually be populated right now, but that still happens, like, at prime times on the farms. Like, there's still this crazy, chaotic selling that happens. It's awesome. Boogeyman didn't work, huh? That's what I love about this game. It's got a free economy. It's like I go to the website, I open up the Grand Exchange like it's the stock market. I play this game like it's got a real... like I'm a day trader. That's probably why I have no life, because I spend all my time playing this game like I'm a day trader. Gale pulled the needle. I'm failing miserably on this one. Walter Farms has people at least 20 to 30 times I've been there. Yeah, it's always, like, populated. It's awesome. I can't wait for the full release of RuneScape on mobile. I really think it's going to rejuvenate the game. Going to bring a second golden age. Some people just hate MMOs, and that's fine. Like, if you're just not into MMOs, that's totally cool. Some people are just not into the genre. I respect that. But if you're a fan of the MMO genre, I think you should definitely give RuneScape a second chance, or a first chance. Especially when it hits mobile. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. You can only play one at a time. Warframe's a great one, for sure. I literally can only... when I play RuneScape, I can only play one video game at a time. If I'm playing RuneScape, I can't play any other game. It takes up too much of my time. I won't, like, I won't make another game purchase. Because I know I won't play it. Alright, Bunny, I'm ready for a little more assistance on these last two. I'm getting a little off topic, and I'm not doing very well. I'm reading. I've read it here, and let's see. You've got to remember, up to this point, Gale was a boogeyman, someone who watched us and then sped away into the night. The number of days you can go back, 30 days. 30 days, or just I'll just start with the number 30. Alright.
It was the morning after I traveled back in time. 30 days.
Thank you.
Back to the morning of Primrose's birthday. Primrose looked so much better than I remembered. Here she was, unmarked by any sea troll, happy and soulful. She was alive, dear gods, and happy. I resolved in that moment to never let her get hurt again. Gale, wonderful Gale, offered to keep an eye on Primrose while I was away.
Awesome. Gale, wonderful Gale. Alright. So, am I supposed to derive the other one from the second chance as well, or am I supposed to then spiderweb it from no one's gonna harm you again? It was the morning after I traveled back in time, 30 days, back to the morning of Primrose's birthday. Primrose looked so much better than I remembered. Here's what... here she was, unmarked by a sea troll. Happy, soulful, she was alive, dear gods, and happy. I resolved in that moment to never let her get hurt again. Gale, wonderful Gale. She offered to keep an eye on Primrose while I was away. Nice. Okay, thought I'd stop by and say hi at least since I was working last night. Third stream, and I'm damn tired, so I'll catch you later, man. Thank you for stopping by, Sucreen. It's always nice to see you. Hope you have a good nap. Hope you have a good work as well. Don't burn yourself out too hard. And I'll see you over on the other side as well. Hopefully I can stop by one of your streams as well soon as well. Take care, man. Second to last one. What was the entry of the second to last one? This one? The Unforgivable Act. Let me replay that one. That's the one where she sells the Book of Hannibus. Oh, you want? Okay. I had no choice. I had to sell the Adventures of Hannibus. I was going to bring us food. It's going to bring us food medicine, which would make her strong again. We couldn't afford not to. I was going to ask permission from Primrose, but she wouldn't have understood. I took it from her as she slept. She had her arms around it like she knew the plan. It took some jostling, but I had it. I can be delicate when I need to be. She didn't mention it, Hannibus, the next morning. Not a word. Not a word. She's happy now. That's interesting. How this is laid out. It's like up here, she gets her second chance, and then down here, just some things are different. Like, I'm very confused as to how this is laid out. I know what the next word is, but I don't know how it's supposed to naturally be figured out. Yeah, like, the order of this is not making any sense to me. How am I, like... Does Gale have another option? Let's go check it out. Maybe. To be fair, this is the first time they've tried something like this.
There is no way that I am going to let this happen again. I am going to look after Primrose. Nothing is going to get past me.
Yeah, there you go.
There is no way that I am going to let this happen again. I am going to look after Primrose. Nothing is going to get past me.
So, yeah, she does have a third memory, but... I mean, she has a third dialogue option, but... As far as, like, can you discern anything from that? Let's see. I mean... Maybe, maybe not. Not really. Nothing is really said there. I think those are just kind of non-words. How do you feel about this cape, though? My hand hurt a lot to get that cape. That was a freaking... That was a slog. So, alright. By reading that dialogue, got mine the first day of double XP. It wasn't as bad as the grind as I was expecting. Yeah, you started at 90 million XP, right? At this double XP weekend. So you had 14 million XP to go. That's not too bad. At like what, 2 million XP an hour? Any bonus XP stacked or anything? Blech. So tell me, by hearing that dialogue, should I have been able to maybe discern what I'm supposed to say, or by reading maybe one of these, should I have been able to guess this next word, or your bonus XP left over? Nice. Okay, so tell me what the word is then, and let me figure out for myself here. Let me be incredulous for my own sake here. I want to hear it. Gale's latest dialogue will not help in getting a little. All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear the word. Wait. What am I waiting for? How about item next to Primrose? Okay. Okay. Chest. Oh, it's a toy box. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, there's there's also a table. Does Jagex ever mean anything to go the way that it goes? All right, so there's a table, but there's things on the table as well. There's also a bookshelf. So many things. Oh, and you said item next to Primrose. So I'm gonna try a few things here. I appreciate you being vague. So we'll try. I won't yell table. We'll try. We'll try poem. Oh, got it.
I opened the book on the way to selling it. I couldn't tell you why. I never had an impulse to read a book before. I guess I was interested in why Primrose had so much love for it. Inside was a slip of paper, a poem, lightly scrawled in feeble handwriting. Primrose confessed her love. She begged to be saved. The world fell away from me. I stopped the cart and turned around. My head thrummed with rage. I worked the horse near to death. The fury was wild and directionless. I burned with rage at myself. Then the flames moved to Joss. After all, everything bad came from that damned man. Finally, the fury rested on the books. When I returned home, I threw them all into the fireplace. Primrose screeched from her bed, begging me to stop. I lit the fireplace and the books burned. But the magic on the books was fuel, and flame mushroomed out of the pit, knocking me to the floor. I was scarred and drowsy. Primrose was screaming about her friends burning over and over. Gale found me, probably thanks to Primrose. She applied some kind of salve to me, but there was no removing the scar. It was to be my brand.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay. It was to be my brand. I was forever to be known as Scar Lady.
Primrose.
Oh, Primrose, huh? Where am I going? I don't know what I'm doing. Do I just leave? Do I talk to Gale?
There is no way that I am going to let this happen again.
I'm glad to hear that. The needle stands firm. Good. You feel the urge to seek answers. Well, maybe I need to use the needle on. Nothing interesting happens. Maybe I need to use the full shard. Hang on. I have multiple ideas. Use the full shard on Gale. Nothing interesting happens. Few ideas. They're all bad ideas, but I have a few of them. Feel free to tell me if I can just wander out of the area. Use the shard on you. Nothing interesting happens. And we'll use the shard on you. Can't reach that through the wall. I knew that. Probably still can't reach that. Yeah. If you leave, it resets the area. Okay, I really don't want to do that. Alright, so what am I supposed to do? I have all the things, don't I gotta talk to somebody? Spoiler alert, milk tastes bad. Yeah. I used to have a friend who was terrified of milk. Like, literally. He would have... We would go to school together. He would have me test his milk for him before he would pour it into his cereal at breakfast time. You know, at CAF, before you go to school, before homeroom and whatnot. It was hilarious. I'd freak him out, occasionally, and pretend it was rotten in my mouth, because he'd have a freaky reaction and immediately gag reflex. Did your chat update with something new to do? My chat? A fire... Oh, yeah, I'm not paying attention. Thank you.
Primrose wouldn't talk to me.
Sorry.
She wouldn't look at me. I'd find scraps of her meals tucked into her pillowcase. She was dying. So much faster than before. And she was pulling at the last threads of life, hoping to find death at the other end. I'd lost her. I went to Gale. What else could I do? I begged for another wish. To take the 30 days, to go back again. Gale calmed me and told me to return tomorrow. The needle would be recharged and I could return to Primrose's birthday. I could do this all again.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.
Primrose wouldn't talk to me.
Oh, goodness. The needle shard shudders and a portal and time opens up in the hill by the needle. Enter the portal to start the next chapter. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom if there's another chapter. Holy crap. No, I want to stay in chapter 1. I feel comfortable here.
I feel like I'm collecting bed sores. Note to self, jiggle around a bit more. Anyway, something odd, really odd, happened today. Mum brought me breakfast with a scar on her face. Long and wiggly, like a snake or a Gothic symbol. And it looks healed. Like it's been there for... I don't know how long. What's up with that? Did she think I wouldn't notice? But, you know, we did what we always did. I didn't say anything in case she got angry again. And she treated me like I was 5.
I see. Yep. Alright. I will be right back. I'm just going to use the restroom real quick before we continue this, because clearly, when they mean short, they did not incorporate my problem-solving skills. BRB. Oh, God. Right. Alright, so we just learned that her mother's got a scar on her face.
She mentioned it. I didn't even bring it up. She said the scar was from a wizard at the wizard's tower. An accident, and she didn't feel safe going back. From now on, she's staying at home. It's a big old bag of lies. It stinks. Not once did she look me in the eye. Ah! Oh, she's such an awful liar. It crossed my mind that the scar was just an excuse to stop going to the tower. Did she know about Sloop? Was this all to stop us talking to each other through the books? Oh, Sloop, what am I going to do now?
Ah, she found out about Sloop. She's angry about Sloop. Can I put Sloop in here? Or is that... Yeah?
Sloop was the one who brought the news to us. Dad had run away from the wizard's tower. Something about plagiarism. He was due to go on trial that week, but he'd run from it. Dad was always a reader. Never one to come up with ideas himself. I guess he just stole ideas from one of his old tomes. So,
Dick.
he left us to fend for ourselves. Left me with Mum. Just as I became ill. The worst part was Sloop. Without Dad, there was no reason for Sloop to be at the house anymore. Why would Dad's apprentice visit when Dad wasn't there? Mum wouldn't let him in. My love. My Sloop. So, he got work at the wizard's tower and passed notes in the books that Mum sold to him. But even that's gone now. I know that Sloop won't give up on me. I know he will come for me.
Okay. So we've learned... I mean, we already knew about the love between the two. Now we know that there has been a disconnection. I mean, we should put the obvious in. Joss, her father. Just puts the word in. Fine. The wizard's tower. No. Megan, perhaps. What? That is a sheep.
There's a story in one of the books. It was the only one Mum liked to read to me. It's about a giant, Dubbo, who keeps a flock of sheep. He loves those sheep, force feeds them hay, throws them from hand to hand to make sure they wake up, taps them on the head with his club to make sure they go to sleep. Each day, one runs away. He can't understand why. He treats them so well. So, he eats that runaway sheep. In one go, pop! To send a message to the others. But they keep running away. And he keeps eating them. Pop, pop, pop. Eventually, only one remains. That sheep, Baba, puts up with the feeding, the throwing, the taps on the head, does nothing. And Dubbo sits down in front of that sheep. "What's wrong with you, little runt?" the giant asks. But Baba won't answer, and won't run away. "Why won't you run away?" said Dubbo. He didn't know it, but he wanted the sheep to run away. So he goes out, gets into a fight with another giant, and gets eaten himself. It's an odd story. Still, I like
That giant has
Baba around the house
borderline
as one of my
personality
friends.
disorder.
She visits and we chat. She's a real gossip, you know.
All right. That was interesting. I'm not exactly sure how that fits in. Yeah, Dubbo's story, Between the Pages, Bag of Lies. I have trouble with this, like... Are each one of these their own little, like, story? Like, each one of these their own, like, thing? Maybe? Because it's not well, orchestrated. Still having fun, though. This is still really fun. Alright, so what else could we do? I mean... Just thinking off the top of my head here. We can toss in the words poem, though. I'm gonna look around the house now. Wait, hang on. Examine Baba.
She's bad, Prim. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Jilly saw her. Tell her, Jilly. Jilly knows that Mum's pulling the wool over your eyes. Bah!
Jilly. Who is Jilly? Oh, it's Jilly Willikers!
Jilly Willikers had a series of books, but I only ever kept one. It was Jilly Willikers and the Time Key, the first one. I liked Jilly. He never treated my illness seriously. He'd walk around with wobbly arms and legs pretending to be me. But Jilly had become serious. It was only after pushing him that I found out why. He knew something. And my other friends had to push him to tell me. He said that he had found a diary, my mum's diary, in her cloak and had opened it, hoping to find a new friend for me to play with. Baba came hopping into my room. Always made me laugh. She doesn't walk, more bounces.
Oops, sorry.
But I could see from her expression that something wasn't right. She lost her footing and tumbled into my sideboard, knocking over a medicine bottle. She told me that Jilly had found something, and that I should come right away. Hannibus was the first of my friends to appear from the books. Scared the animal right out of me. One minute I was reading, the next there was a lizard man leaning over to get a better look at the book. I screamed, of course. Mum came in and told me it was a fever, that I was seeing things. Even I couldn't make up a 5-foot lizard reading books about himself. I wished Megan could see them. Baba, Thok, Jilly, Hannibus. Perhaps they would have made her happy, just as much as they made me.
Nice. The Last Dragon, right? Okay, we got some new characters to talk to here now. This is getting weird.
Prim, don't make me say. It's not a fun thing, not something that'll make you laugh, Primmy. Your mum has a diary. I thought it would be fun to see if there was a friend in the diary. Someone to cheer you up. But there wasn't a friend, Primmy. Not a friend at all.
Alright, so maybe we gotta talk about this diary, perhaps, I would assume. If I could type.
I took a dose of strength potion and, completely inelegantly, made my way to Mum's bedside table, just as Jilly had told me. I couldn't quite understand what I was reading. On each day of the diary, there were multiple entries, written in tiny text and boxed off from each other. I looked for yesterday's date. Again, there were multiple entries for one day. One was familiar. It talked about the pie she had made and noted that she thought I looked healthier, having eaten it. But I didn't recognize the other entries for yesterday. They were events I didn't recognize, an argument we never had, a visit to the wizard's tower, a burning of the pie. Then I looked at tomorrow's entry, the 30th. The book was completely blank after that date. And every entry on the 30th, of which there were many, was the same. The return. The return. The return. The return. The return.
We're your friends, Queen Primrose. Your army. Thok is your shield, and I am your lance. Jilly is your jester, and Barbar your advisor. Should you need us, we're yours to command.
Interesting. So her friends here are from books.
I've never really had a problem with being bored. I read, I write, and there's always my friends. My friends were a gift from my dad. A little apology before the utter scumbag ran away. When I read a book, the character pops into existence, but no one else can see them. Some of them I don't care much for. I've learned to keep them locked in their books. But Thok and the others, I couldn't be without them.
I love that. So we got a few here. Interesting. Starting to look like a dementia patient's bedroom. I say that from experience. It's not really a joke. At this area, I'm getting a little lost at this point, though. I've been downstairs. Is there a downstairs? Yes. Okay. I haven't actually talked to Megan yet.
I'm not ready to let her go, Gale. You've been a dear friend for so long, but I need this. We need this. Give me another 30 days.
Oh.
I beg you.
Does she die at the end of the 30 days? Is that the problem? If I type 30 days, have I typed 30 in here? What?
I'm not ready to let her go.
Gale, let me talk to Gale. Let's bring Gale into the situation here, shall we?
She was so beautiful. It was breathtaking. I mean, she was scary too. She was about twice as big as me, even without me being hunched, and had 100 times the strength and 1,000,000 times the magic. I desperately wanted to meet her and get to know her. I felt it in my belly, right next to my sickness.
There's a good view. Alright, did that make a character appear or anything? Where is Gale?
I'm not ready to...
Don't talk to me. Zoom out. Is she up on the mountain or something? Should we go talk to her? I want to make sure I didn't make anything appear upstairs. Everything looks honky-dory up here. I will quickly talk to our friend on the mountain. See if she has anything to say about the 30-day return policy. She's not here, okay. They're never here when you have questions about the return policy. Okay, excuse me. Alright, let's talk about death, baby. No? Let's not talk about death then. Maybe the end? No? Books? Have we talked about books yet? Discovered a new word. Not extremely helpful. That's a door to a window. What is that? It's not a thing. And they've got more of them. Like, who does that? Alright,
I feel like I'm collecting bed sores. Note to self.
Never.
Anyway, something odd, really odd, happened today.
Yeah, we've covered that. Covered those bases. I should probably read some stuff back again then. Let's see here. There's a story in one of those books. It was the only one Mom liked to read to me. It was about a giant named Dubbo. Yep. The Winchester lady might do doors and windows. Force feeds the sheep. I'm wondering if there's something I need to take out of that. I'll toss Dubbo in there. I'm pretty sure that won't do anything. But yeah, besides, maybe give us a new word. Maybe the runt? Does she feel like a runt? Not much. I think, yeah, I've already put sheep in, right? You already put that word. Oh, no, I didn't put that word in. There it is.
Thok was one of my favorites. He knew it, of course, and would wander around the house beating his chest, calling himself Primrose's champion. He was going to protect me from everything, and everything was a potential threat. A twitch in a curtain was a ghost. A slammed door was a demon. I tried to tell him that demons had better things to do than playing with doors, but he'd look at me slyly and say, "That's what they want us to think." I was so much happier having him around. And not just because of the threat of door demons.
So Thok is around pretty much all the time. Champion, perhaps? No. Have I actually put Primrose in? Okay. Ghost? Spook? I'm a thinking, and I'm a doing. I haven't explored this table.
I took a dose of strength potion, and, completely inelegantly, made my way to Mum's bedside table, just as Jilly had told me.
Oh, yes.
I couldn't quite understand what I was reading. On each day of the diary, there were multiple entries, written in tiny text and boxed off from each other. I looked for yesterday's date. Again, there were multiple entries for one day. One was familiar. It talked about the pie she had made and noted that she thought I looked healthier, having eaten it. But I didn't recognize the other entries for yesterday. They were events I didn't recognize, an argument we never had, a visit to the wizard's tower, a burning of the pie. Then I looked at tomorrow's entry, the 30th. The book was completely blank after that date. And every entry on the 30th, of which there were many, was the same. The return. The return. The return. The return. The return.
There's gotta be there's gotta be something in there that I'm not that I have to build on, right? I'm missing something there. Clearly. Because that would build into this, and clearly missing some back here as well. But I mean, the fact that return, okay, I thought the return would trigger.
It was the 30th, the day of the return, whatever in all Gillinor that was. I resolved to follow Mum on her nightly trip out of the house. Hannibus gave me his lance, Thok his shield. I knew they would both disappear as soon as I left the house, but I thanked them anyway. The door closed as my mum left. I pulled a dark cloak over my shoulders, took a swig for strength, and then stepped out into the darkness. Mum had a small firebrand, which made her easy to follow, but I had no such luxury. I was locked to darkness. Every sound I made, I feared she would turn around. But she only had eyes for the hilltop. We passed something like a grave, but I had no time to dilly-dally. Mum was many steps ahead of me. I could feel the strength in me already sapping. Mum reached the top, and I hid behind a berry bush on the edge of the clearing. A tall, blue woman called Gale was waiting for my mother. They talked, and I could only make out fragments. And then Gale danced, without music.
Okay. Five hours to my 8 hours closing shift. How you doing, Derp Dragon? Not bad, just enjoying. I'm kind of enjoying the quest. Doing a little puzzle action. The door closed as my mum left. I pulled a dark cloak over my shoulder. I took a swig of strength and then stepped out into the darkness. Mum had a small firebrand, which made her easy to spot. I feared she would turn around. Alright, so obviously they're going to do the ritual to go back 30 days, but why? Is she gonna die again?
She was mesmerizing. Gale glowed as she danced, and a thread span from her, flicking high into the air before resting in place, as if she was drawing the constellations. Then, thread upon thread layered onto each other, until a woven dome formed over the top of them, and me. As she danced around, I thought she caught my eye. I hid my own eyes and skulked further behind the berry bush. But she danced on. Lights flashed, centering on the needle, and then all was calm. Mum walked towards Gale, who looked exhausted, and laid a hand on her head. Gale said something to my mum, something about doubt. About me doubting her, perhaps. Gale flashed me a look. Whatever happened was coming to an end, and there was no time to linger. I shuffled away from the hilltop and caught a foot on a root, stumbling down to where the grave was before.
Huh. If I can get anything for doubt.
I returned to the house, flinging the cloak under my bed. My legs trembled with the night's effort. My friends asked where I had been, as if they didn't know. Thok, Hannibus, Barbar, Jilly, they all talked as if nothing had happened. Then Mum walked in, her silhouette filling and darkening the room. My friends retreated to their books, as if Mum could see them. Mum leaned over me, kissed my cheek and whispered, "Happy birthday, little Primrose," before turning to leave. I reached below my bed for my cloak and searched in the pockets for the diary. I flicked to my birthday, and there it was.
Wow. This is crazy. I return to the house, flinging the cloak. I don't even like. You get them out of order, and it's like a little confusing. But the story is interesting. Wish I knew what was going on up here. Big bag of lies. We already got for the diary. Put in for birthday, I think. Can't spell. I can't spell. I can't type. I can't see. I need glasses. There we go.
On the day before my birthday, there was only one entry. But on the day of my birthday, there were multiple. She looks so much healthier. Every time I travel back, I forget how much healthier she looks. How can I give up seeing her this well? Traveling back? What have you done, Mum?
Gotcha. Time. Evil. Oh. Traveling back. Healthier? No. That's a happy birthday. Bring him happy birthday again. Her name is Primrose, like the younger sister in the Hunger Games. I guess so, yeah. Baba came hopping into my room, always made me laugh. She doesn't walk, much bounces. That's the sheep. I think I put medicine in already. I'm a little stumped on these. Let me go up here instead and try this one. Maybe even... Let me clear my chat box for a sec. Give myself a bunch of stuff to read here. Let me... Hang on. Lock my chair in. Zoom all the way in. By zoom, I mean like physically move myself so I can see the text. I am so blind. There's a story in one of the books it was only one mom liked to read. It's about one giant dubbo who keeps the flock of sheep. He loves those sheep. Yeah, that's the one about he force feeds the sheep, taps them on the head with his club to make sure they go to sleep. Each day one runs away, he can't understand. He treats them so well. No setting this text. I know, it's the worst. I'm not 100% sure what the purpose of this story chain is, to be honest with you. It's I guess to understand her imaginary friends, but maybe I'm missing two of her imaginary friends here. I don't know. I think that's the purpose of this. So like, who am I missing here? I think that's the thing. Let's see. So this is also over here. I think this is telling us about. She mentioned it. I didn't even bring it. That's about the scar. I think, right? Realize no across she no sloop. Yeah, and it also mentions sloop in the wizard tower. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that, because that doesn't correlate with these. These seem to all kind of fit together. That one doesn't, but I don't know what these two are. So I'm like, okay. I don't know any of her other heroes. If anybody wants to point me in the right direction, feel free to. No direct spoilers, but like, how am I supposed to get this? Get from like here to here? Like what? Because I'm completely lost. Do I need to go down? I don't know. Maybe I need to talk to an NPC somewhere else. Let's talk to Megan, see what she has to say.
I'm not ready to let her go, Gale. You've been a dear friend for so long, but I need this. We need this.
Oh,
give me another 30 days.
It's all burned now.
I beg you.
Should I go talk to Gale? One of them you can't get this chapter. Oh. Do I just enter chapter 3? Like, what happens? I'm confused.
The end is the beginning, Megan. I will give you another return, but you have to prepare yourself. The Anima, she won't let you do this forever. Events will conspire, and you will not be able to follow this path continuously. You may not see it in Primrose, but I see your daughter. She is doubt, and doubt blossoms faster than any disease. Time can do nothing to halt that.
Alright, there we go. That's good. That's good info. So the word I wanted to put in there was anima, I think? No, surprisingly. That shocks me. I'm pretty sure I put in beginning, but I'll try it again. Okay. I definitely have put doubt in. Definitely put time in. I'll put doubt in again, but I'm pretty sure I put doubt in, yeah, right here, see, to get birthday. And no worries, no. No, I'm asking for help at this point. I'm kind of stuck. Generally I wouldn't want help for this, but I don't know if I'm supposed to complete all of the locks or if I can just I'll just move. I don't know if I can just move on or what happens. Let's see here. Congratulate. I did? If you want a subtle hint. I'm very confused. You can just move on. Like, why? Why can you just move on? Do you get less points? Like, I don't understand. What's the logic behind that? Just so I understand. Like, am I penalized but for not completing all of the locks? Or is there any mechanic behind just moving on? Jagex? Why do you make confusing mechanics? You won't get the medium lamp. Okay. Okay, then yes, I'd like a subtle hint, please. Oh, we're here for the lamps, baby. If ghosts move the curtains, who moves the door? Poltergeists? If a ghost... I still read it correctly, isn't that crazy? No, not poltergeist. You can. I could brute force it. I could just start throwing words at it. They have better things to do than slam doors. It's what they want you to think. Oh, the demons. Demons? Demons. No? Ghosts? Alright, let me just let me re-listen to that. What was that? Was it my champion? Around because of door demons, yeah. I tried to tell him that demons had better things to do than playing with doors. But he'd slyly tell me that that's what they want us to think. Singular. Demon? Gotcha. Thank you.
There was one story I never read. It was about a demon. A hateful thing. This demon would thrive on the misery of others. But not by consuming that evil or anything like that. She was miserable herself. And she would bring others into her own misery so that she could share it. She would bask in that shared misery. But to know her was to defeat her. To say her name was to stab her through the heart. Her name was Meetum. I made the mistake of reading the book once, bringing her to life. But I said her name aloud, and she was gone.
The needle glows, recognizing the name, but now is not the time to utter it. Interesting. The Lonely Demon. And then a bag of lies. What is my life? Alright, let's see here. There was a story of a demon. There was a story I never read about a hateful thing. The demon would thrive. Let's try misery. No. The misery of others, but not by consuming that evil or anything like that. She was miserable herself, and she would bring others into her own misery so that she could share it. She would bask in that shared misery. But to know her was to defeat her. To say her name was to stab her through the heart. Maybe mistake? No. All right. Hey, there's a tome under the bed.
On the day before my birthday, there was only one entry. But on the day of my birthday, there were
This is
multiple.
nothing new here.
She looks so much healthier, traveling back.
Yeah, there's nothing new. Will do. Probably pretty soon, but I'll just take a quick glance around, think about some stuff. So her disease is doubt, right? Tried anima. Pretty sure I did the needle already. Exactly. Yeah. It's only a few of them. Let's think here. So I'm gonna ask a couple questions. So like in order here, we're talking about Dancing Without Music, The Weaver's Dance, The Beautiful Woman. Are these talking about anything, any specific story in order, or are these all their own individual stories? Like what's going on here? Are these trying to talk together? Like how can I... Is there any way to easily acquire the two in these sections? Like Silly Old Sheep and Jilly are both characters, followed by a moment of strength. Yeah, alright, I will, I will take another hint. Another subtle hint. While I admire this beautiful scenery. This is where I want to live. This is what I aspire to live in someday. Like, this is where I want to exist. Alright, so when following her mother. She did what to keep up with her? I resolved to follow my mom on her nightly trip on house. Hannibus gave me his lance, stock, his shield. I knew they would disappear as soon as I left the house, but I thanked them anyway. The door closed as my mom left. I pulled a dark cloak over my shoulders, took a swig of strength, and stepped out into the darkness. My mom had a small firebrand, which made it easy to see her. I feared she would turn around. But she on? And then it just cuts off. We passed something like a grave. Following her mother, what did she do to keep up with her? I hid behind a berry bush. The edge of the clearing. Trying to figure out what she did to keep up with her. I clear my text. Too much fucking text in my box. It's annoying. Okay, so that's the diary. Don't need that one. Then the dance without music, I think, is when they leave. Yep. Followed my mom out for the nightly trip. The door was closed. She took a swig of a strength potion.
Doing anything for more than a few minutes is the ultimate pain in the backside. My lungs burn. My knees go to jelly. I just fall over and want to go to sleep. Mum used to get medicines. It took all of our money to do it, but I wasn't going to convince her to stop. Megan's the only one who changes Megan's mind. The medicines would let me leave the bed, for a few days at least. And it would bring a smile to my mum, which was, you know, something. Then I'd be back to bed, like a brick fell on me. I had the idea of stealing some of the medicine for myself, you know, when Mum wasn't there. But she rationed it so carefully. And we can't afford it now anyway. Not now Mum's given up the job at the Wizard's Tower. Huh. I wonder if I could make a simple strength potion. Just your average homemade strength potion. Would that work?
So she wants to do herb lore. Interesting. Not a word, but interesting nonetheless. I approve. I can't believe I went over that so many times and didn't get that. So can normal people not use the lodestones? What do you mean by normal people? You mean like NPCs? And get. I don't think NPCs can use lodestones. They can use teleportation magic. So many things are wrong with this quest. I mean, she might not have magical abilities. She might just suck. Not every character has 99 magic, 120 magic. Some characters have like 12 magic. Yeah, I'll take another hint. What the fuck, shield dude? He's carrying a sword, not a shield. That's true. Oh, let me read through this again. Hang on. Doing anything for a few minutes is the ultimate pain in the backside. Lungs burn, knees go to jelly. Yep. Medicines. She quit her job at the but she read the Dubbo to her daughter. Never read the books. They will stack on my grade, but she read Dubbo to her daughter. I almost tried to drink lotion. That's weird. My water bottle's gone. What did she bring with her? Whoa. What did she bring with her to follow her mom that wouldn't disappear? A firebrand? Oh. Mother says she never read a book, but she has read the book about the sheep who rode out. Yeah, that's true. Another falsity. Let me go back and read that again. So let me clear my text box because it's effing annoying. And then it's, I think, Dancing Without Music. What did she bring with her that wouldn't disappear? Gotcha. I knew they wouldn't disappear as soon as I left the house. I thanked them anyway. The door closed as I pulled a cloak. The cloak, perhaps? There we are.
Hannibus was the first to call her the Shade, the name that my friends use, even though I tell them not to. She would leave most evenings, up to the hilltop, and Hannibus would watch for as long as he could, before he reached the limit of his magic. Always, she would be in the same cloak. Always, she would head up the hill. The cloak would make her look like a shade, and each day, she would grow more hunched.
Hunched. Hannibus was the first to call her the Shade, the name that my friends used even though I tell them not to. She would leave the most evenings up to the hilltop and Hannibus would watch for as long as he could before he reached the limit of his magic. Always she would be in the same cloak. Always she watched head up the hill. The cloak would make her look like a shade, and then each day she would grow more hunched. So let's try shade, I suppose. Yeah, it just discovers a new word. Yeah, I figured. Closing in. There's another chapter after this, isn't there? That's pretty impressive. Alright. So, should I be able to get some, from that piece of information, these, or do I need another hint? Like, you tell me. I'm gonna have some yogurt. Because brain food. will probably make me able to think better. We'll get better, you know, answers. Mother says she's never read the book, but she has read the book about the sheep to her daughter. Okay. Okay, so how do I express that in one word? I guess I have to discern that, or I have to figure that out for myself. Hang on, let me stir this yogurt up first, and then I will reassess that situation in my brain. My brain is in yogurt mode at the moment. I have a one-track mind. Can only handle one task at a time. I like my yogurt nice and blended. This is ASMR break for a second here. All right, we're good. I know the quest. You could plow right through this. That's the irony of this. I've been live doing this for almost 3 hours. You could do this quest in 5 minutes. This quest is going to take me like 4 hours. That's funny. I love that. I love that. If you want, you put your actual heart and soul into this quest. You try. You do a blind. This thing can take 4 hours. You go look up at a guide. Yeah, do it in 5 minutes. Sure. Even with help, though, it's taken me a while. Now, all right. Now, Mother says she's never read a book, but she has read a book about the sheep to her daughter, and I have. All right. Reading. Read. That wasn't a clue, it was just another thing that's wrong with the quest. Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to help me. There was another thing about Prim following her mom, and she passed by something, and then she was found out what they were doing, and she headed back home, but noticed that they... So she... do I need to read that again and find some more information? I think on the other side of that? Yeah. So, on the other end, on the Weaver's Dance and Most Beautiful Woman, maybe? She was mesmerizing. The gale glowed as she danced. A thread span, flickering high into the air before resting in place, as if drawing the constellations. Then the thread pulled upon the layer onto each other. Caught my eye. Yeah, I don't know. I could just, literally, my only instinct is to just brute force words from looking at stuff. I have no, natural, detective instinct. Yeah, sure. Just give me the word. 'Cause I have no leads. It's not fun anymore. Oh, the grave. Gotcha. Thank you.
As I rolled down the hill, desperate to get away, I came to rest where the grave was earlier. But it had gone. There was nothing here. Impossible. I clawed at the soil, thought better of myself, and then stumbled back towards the house. I remembered Gale's look. The one she gave me on the hilltop. It felt like she knew me.
Interesting. All right. Still don't have this one though. And I wish I had a way to kind of figure it out. Is there any way to point me in the right direction? If not, just give me the word. I'm willing to just take it. I don't want to waste everyone's time. Okay. I feel like I put in that already.
I began writing down the lies that Mum was telling me. Every day there was a new one. 1. The scar had come from an accident at the Wizard's Tower. 2. That she would invite Sloop to the house when she next saw him. 3. That we had plenty of money. 4. That there was no need for medicine anymore. My friends believe that she's not Mum anymore. They call her the Shade.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you. Let us proceed.
Helping someone is the hardest thing in the world. Hurting someone pushes them away. Help someone, they'll need you again and again and again. They will need to return the favor, reimburse you, or they'll need your help forevermore. You can be sure that you're the new center of their world. I have never met someone who needs people more intensely than Megan. Both Primrose and I. Actually, saying no to someone in need, that's the hardest thing in the world.
Yep. So, sorry, can you say no?
It was time to say no. Perhaps it was time long ago. And I knew what it would mean for me, the cost for me. But this wouldn't be our ending, not for any of us.
I just probably went right to the end, didn't
I
I?
knew that the moment I saw Primrose behind the buckthorn bush. It all clicked together. I knew what we all were in that moment. We were family. I was going to help my family by saying no. Primrose was there again, behind the buckthorn bush, as Megan begged for another return. Primrose had been there, without fail, for the past 3 returns. Every time the needle took all 3 of us back, and every time Primrose rushed to be in bed before her mother arrived. Megan never saw her, never thought that Primrose might have been following her. All Megan saw was a cruel fate, a daughter getting progressively ill within a time loop. But Primrose was on the verge of dying. It was time to say no to Megan and begin what must be begun.
This is, wow. Okay. I was It's getting deep in here, huh? I didn't even walk in the house yet.
You owe me this, Gale. You can't say no now. You can't. We need to fix what's happened. Primrose needs this. We need to do this for Primrose. I'm sorry, I don't mean to shout. I'm just tense, you know? Her legs are infected. Her skin is peeling. I don't know why she is so much worse. The return does nothing. It just makes her more ill. Am I doing something wrong?
Alright. So... try worse. I want to know who was in the grave that one 30-day return. Sloop? It was Sloop, wasn't it? I have no idea.
There wasn't much left of Primrose anymore. She found strength to make it up to the hilltop. She found it from somewhere, but she was rarely awake otherwise. Often, I would let myself into the house as both Megan and Primrose were asleep. Buckthornberry makes a rudimentary salve, and I would apply it to Primrose as she dreamed. It eased her pain, but there was no stopping her fate. I couldn't stay for long in a house, not only because I might get caught, but because I felt I was being watched. Someone, something, staring at me.
I wonder what's up with this shade. Nothing? Interesting. Well, let's start off with Megan. See what's going on with Megan.
Ever since Megan burned the books, something had moved in her. It was like Megan shifted aside to be seen only occasionally. There was something in there with her. At first I thought she just abandoned her sense of self, given everything up for Primrose. But no, there was someone in there with her. A thing.
How about a thing? Yeah.
I'd always meant to ask Primrose if there was something in the books. Something that might have been unleashed when Megan burned them. But Primrose and I were kept apart by Megan. We never had the chance to talk like we did before. Was this thing in Megan from the books? Oh, why did I never ask her?
She's but a word. Whew. She got minimized in chapter 3. Humbug. Humbug, humbug, humbug. Let's go upstairs, shall we? There's no one here. We got a lot of memory fragrant fragments, flamboyant, I don't know, forget it. I can't even begin to think where to go with all of these. There's so many. And there's like not a lot to work with. I guess I just have to work with this. Something in the books that when they burned maybe? No. Maybe Joss says no. Grave. Return. There we go.
I never told Megan how much a return hurt. It didn't just sap the energy of the needle. It sapped from me, too. I would sleep, propped up next to the needle. It would give off a little heat as it recharged, and it felt like it was doing the same to me.
Where did that fill in? The agony of kindness, okay. The evil in the ink camp. The evil? There we go.
It was at the end of one of the returnings. Once Primrose had rushed home and Megan followed a little time after. Primrose had hooked a small sheet of paper onto a buckthorn, a message for me. It spoke of a necessary evil.
A necessary evil, that's interesting. No evil is necessary. Dear Gale, for reasons I've never understood, we didn't upgrade any of our graphics. You've always been there for us, and we both know you've never seen me at the berry bush. For both these reasons, I owe you the truth. When I found out Mom was doing what Mom was doing, turning back time to keep me alive, I struggled with what to do. I thought about confronting her and telling her to stop. Font is so small, it's so hard to see. To let me die, to enjoy the moments we have left, but I knew that wouldn't stop her. She would find moments when I was asleep to go back in time to begin another loop without me being aware. There was only one thing I could do, a necessary evil. I couldn't let my mom know I was aware of the returning, so I was determined to follow her through every time loop. I hope you understand why I am doing this. Please don't reveal me or my plan. Let me keep coming to the berry bush. If not for me, do this for my mom. I do this all for her. She needs to break this loop so that she can live for herself. Look after her, Gale. Primrose. So, she needs to break the loop, you know?
Something was always going to give. We couldn't loop forever, and at some point, we would reach an ending. And now we've reached it. But is it a closed loop? Or the start of another story?
I don't know. Let's see. There's some good info in there. What else we got? Anything else? I think we got the main premise. Yeah. Excuse me. Pardon me. Well. If there's anything else I'm supposed to take away from that document, please feel free to spoil it right now for me, because I don't want to delay myself any further. I'd love to get some more on the top done here. Recharge, perhaps? No. It was the phrase you repeated and commented on. Hang on. So clear, there's no spoilers. He must suffer.
Is there death? in
Also,
the
hey,
future?
Sadie, how you doing?
Can I die?
Can I die? Can
Am
any
I
of us
more
die?
pinned to the needle than Primrose or Megan? Whatever the answer, I feel like I have more stories in me. I don't feel like this is the end. Something tells me that this is not the beginning either.
Not the end, not the beginning. Hmm. I'm reading, sorry. Ah, the developer Q&A is live. I've gone so long. Don't forget to tune your channels to over there as well, so you get your loot drops. I'll be doing that. Put it on 160 or 180p or whatever the lowest resolution is, so I'm not sucking up my bandwidth because I'm streaming. 160p. There we go. Take up like no resolution, or no bandwidth rather. Put it on silent. Bam. Done. Free loot box. That's how you do it. Guaranteed loot. Scammed. Hacker. All right, now where did my my Twitch window go? Damn it! I'm always defeated by my own schemes. There it is. There it is. All right. Holy crap. So, all right. I'm a little lost again. Does that surprise anyone?
You owe me this, Gale. You can't say no now.
Yeah, Gail's supposed to do her thing, but she doesn't want to. Don't blame her. Closing the loop. She needs to close the loop. Let me read that again. Something was always going to give. We couldn't loop forever, and at some point we would reach the ending. Ending? We discovered a new word. I assume that's the same as end, right? Yeah. And now we've reached it, but it is a closed loop or the start of another story. I already put story in, right? Yeah. Okay. So I think we finished off that. I don't know what the F this is then. Let's look into family. It was time to say no, perhaps. It was time long ago, and I knew what time it was for me, the cost for me. But that wouldn't be our ending, not for us anyway. I knew the moment it was for Primrose and Buckthorn. When I saw the buckthorn bush, it all clicked together. I knew we were all in that moment. We were family. I was going to help my family by saying no. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So what's going on here, though? We don't know. Unnecessary evil. That's when the note came about, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright, I don't there's so much here that, like, ghost. I didn't spell that right. You said there's no blank after the last voice dialogue. There is no, Sorry, buddy. I don't have a very good short-term memory. Unfortunately. My the only thing that comes into my mind is gonna be there is no spoon. Oh no. I guess I should have gone upstairs. Her skin is so pale that no wonder Megan thought she was dead. She has fainted.
Primrose fainted loudly, crashing into the buckthorn. Megan had heard, and I couldn't stop her from running to her. Megan assumed the worst. She was panicking, shaking Primrose. She couldn't sense life as I could, and there was a thread of it still in Primrose. Megan was convinced that Primrose was dead, and I couldn't convince her otherwise. It is cruel to think it, but I believe that Megan wanted it to be true in some way. Deep down, she wanted to end this loop she had created for herself. That was when I saw the knife in her hand.
Oh boy. I almost put the word knife in as a joke. I'm glad I didn't. Because that would have totally broke it.
Between my ribs. I don't remember much of what Megan said as she stood above me, but it was clear she blamed me for Primrose's death.
Wow.
Then she ran downhill, and I moved as close to the needle as I could. My life was ebbing, but I was still able to touch the needle. I prepared to use the pausing phrase, when the. Perhaps somehow we will be found. With the needle, they will understand our story and save us all. Megan, Primrose, and myself. It's the only way this can all be unwritten.
Ah. I see. I see. No. Alright. Pardon me? What did that do? Megan has more to talk to you. Okay.
You knew, Gale. You knew, and now she's dead. How long has she been coming here? Gale? You told her, didn't you? You told her about the returning. This is on you. You killed Primrose. You killed her. You traitor! You! Do you think this leaves me with anything? I have nothing, Gale. It can all burn. I'm going to burn it all!
Okay. You can try traitor. Burn.
Megan asked that I stay by the needle. She was to look after Primrose from now on. Somewhere along the line, she had lost her trust in me. Before returning, she would often burn Primrose's books. It was like a ritual, a habit she couldn't crawl out of. But Primrose wouldn't wake from it this time. She lay in bed and ignored it. If Megan was clearer of mind, she would have seen it for the clue that it was. Primrose was aware of everything she was doing.
Alright, I want to go back. I think there's more info back in that other one, though. Let's see, you betrayed us. You knew Gale. Now she's dead. How long? It's becoming. You told her returning. This is on you. You killed her. Burn. Megan asked that I stay by the needle. She was to look after Primrose from now on. Before returning, she would often burn Primrose's books. It was like a ritual. I think I tried the word ritual already, but it might have been in a previous... Yeah. Alright. Still not working. A habit? Similar to the word ritual. Also doesn't work. Primrose wouldn't wake. She'd lay in bed and ignored it. If Megan was clear of mind, she wouldn't have seen it. For the clue that it was, Primrose was aware of everything she was doing. Alright, that doesn't help me too much. You could also try putting their names and major items. I thought I put their names in already. Maybe I didn't. My bad.
I was born as I am now. I didn't have a mother, father, or childhood. I was me, nothing more. And I came to, next to the needle. I knew what the needle was, but I knew next to nothing about myself. It's a back-to-front way of learning about the world. I knew how to use the needle, what its limits were, how it used time, but I had no idea about people, the world, nothing. I'm learning fast, and leaving a trail of mistakes behind me, I'm sure of it.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, she's just like, she was created probably from anima, I would assume. I nothing more. I came to next to the needle. Okay, that is. Put Primrose in, Gale. Yeah, Gale, and I did Megan. Needle. What else we got going on? I believe. A lot of words from the dialogue unlock sections after her. I guess I brute forced after that. I'm down to a few, so I'm not too fussed. I'm not doing too bad. Getting close to the end. I'm just trying to figure out what I could possibly like. Pretty sure I put mistakes already in, but I'll try it again. Oh, cool. Huh. A lot of words, a lot of things. Checked off a lot of words that I didn't have as far as full completion goes, but hints, or if hints aren't possible, I'll take a word. If there's no way to hint, if you can't think of a creative way to give me a hint. Because I am pretty knackered at the moment. My brain's not thinking of anything too creative right now. And this is, I've been going for like almost 3.5 hours. Happiness. Okay. Thank you.
I struggled with what family meant. Never having parents or siblings will do that to you. But I found myself pulled into Primrose and Megan's lives more and more, like a black hole. I've tried to move on and away, but they've needed me. I felt responsible. I've wanted to see them happy. And, if I'm honest, I felt happy that they needed me. I can only imagine that that is what family means. Joss, Primrose, and Megan weren't the first people I had encountered. There were the people of the colony to the east, but they were a fearful people and hid behind their walls. There were the smaller people of the southeast. They were quick to their pikes and pushed me back into a tree line. Men and women would occasionally stray close to me, but they were so caught up in their hunting and woodcutting that I didn't want to interrupt. But there was something different about the family. They seemed to have this happy energy, and I wondered what it would be like to share in that.
Nice. Alright. Try energy. And so the first people that she encountered, there was a colony. Let me just try and check off words here. Nope. They were fearful. No. Maybe just fear in general? No. Hid behind walls. Huh. The demon's name worked on the last chapter. Speaking its name was stabbed to the heart. I don't... Are you telling me to use it this chapter? I don't even remember it, and I cleared my chat. I'm about ready. Let me read this one again. Ever since Megan burned the books, meet him. Sounds like the Neil goes recognize the name of another time. Yeah. Okay. Do you have to go back to chapter 2? Is that what you're telling me? Is this like a Back to the Future scenario? My headphones are hurting my ears so bad. Oh. Garbage things. No, I was just saying it was an unlock for chapter 3. Oh. Okay. Am I gonna use that eventually here? Well, I'm having trouble, as you can see. I'm not making any progress at the moment. It's mildly frustrating. Okay.
Megan never understood why Primrose was getting progressively ill after each returning. She would wind back in time, and everything would revert apart from the illness. At first she despaired, but that progressed to anger. It was a cruel fate that denied Primrose her health. Even time was fighting against her. Just one more returning, she would say. One more would make it right. But Primrose was following Megan every time. Primrose was committed to ending her mother's pain.
Wow. Some serious dedication to, like, ending your own suffering.
Dear Gale, for reasons I've never understood, you've always been there for us. And we both know that you've seen me at the berry bush. For these reasons, I owe you the truth. When I found out what Mum was doing, turning back time to keep me alive, I struggled with what to do. I thought about confronting her and telling her to stop. To let me die. To enjoy the moments left with me.
Funny, I read this note instead.
But I knew that wouldn't stop her. She would find a moment when I was asleep to go back in time, to begin another loop without me being aware. There was only one thing I could do. A necessary evil. I couldn't let Mum know that I was aware of the returnings, so I determined to follow her through every time loop. I hope you understand why I am doing this. Please, don't reveal me or my plan. Let me keep coming to the berry bush. If not for me, do this for Mum. I do all of this for her. She needs to break this loop so that she can live herself. Look after her, Gale. Primrose.
Right. Alright. So this is the final one here. We just need... Berry bush is buckthorn. It sure is. It sure is. Alright, so we got one left here. Not exactly. So this is where she gets murdered and pauses time, I guess, or pauses her like death. And it's apparently just buckthorn.
The buckthorn is a versatile bush. Its berries can be crushed and heated to make a salve, while its leaves can be used like a smelling salt, waking up the unconscious. And it makes for a great hiding spot, of course. Primrose proved that every returning, keeping well away from Megan. Is it ironic that Primrose fainted on it? I'm not sure I have a handle on irony yet.
Thank you very much, Killer Bunny. I appreciate that.
The knife slipped between my ribs. I don't remember much of what Megan said as she stood above me, but it was clear she blamed me for Primrose's death. Then she ran downhill, and I moved as close to the needle as I could. My life was ebbing, but I was still able to... I prepared to use the pausing. Perhaps somehow it's the only way this...
Voila! You feel time reassert itself, and yeah, a bunch of stuff happens. Yeah, cool. Let us talk to Gale.
Buckthorn.
Guess she wants some buckthorn. Hang on. Everyone's yelling buckthorn at me. Jeez. She probably wants me to grind it too, right? Here you go. I've lost the ability to interact with you. Sorry, just gonna stand on your head.
Buckthorn.
Did I do it wrong? I've done it wrong. I assumed. She just wanted regular buckthorn. What is this? It's buckthorn berries. How do I... Okay, maybe she wants berries. I don't know. I have no idea. Buckthorn is a versatile bush. You can crush the seeds, healing salve, and a little bit. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. So I have to give her the ball. I give potion first.
Buckthorn.
Use the thing. Or what do I... Gotcha. Alright, to the kitchen. To the kitchen! Are the smelling salts good? They don't need to be heated, right? Gotcha. Thanks, Bunny.
Give me some to wake Primrose. The buckthorn leaf will do that for you. And please, do what you can for Megan.
I don't know about that. Maybe we're just gonna, like, wrap Megan up in some cloth and toss her down the river. No, she's actually just kind of standing there.
What's happened? Where is Mum? Please, find her. She's not safe by herself.
Alright, let's see here. Talking to Megan, I guess, right?
Who are you?
Oh my.
Stay away from us. Megan is mine. This family is mine. You hear me?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
Is she gone? She's gone. That thing in me. It's quiet. Whatever did you do? Please, help Primrose. And Gale. Gods, Gale.
We really, we made a mess of this situation.
Megan, I haven't been honest with you.
But it's all
I
clean.
knew what Primrose was doing, but didn't feel it was my place to intervene. I'm still not sure if I made the right decision, but we are here. The decision was made, and Primrose does not have long. You have 3 options, Megan. You take the time that Primrose has remaining, and you bring her as much joy as you possibly can. Enjoy your days together, but they will be days, perhaps less. The second is to allow you the returning, just one last time. Although I denied you it, it was because you were not yourself. It would allow you one last month, but there is a dishonesty in that, and Primrose is unsure of you in that time. It may not be the release you are looking for. The third option may be the least satisfying for you, but it may save Primrose. It would require a great sacrifice from you. I told you that the needle could not go back further than 30 days. That is not entirely true. It can go back further, years in fact, but that comes with a terrible cost. You become one with the needle. You become subsumed by it. Whomever goes back becomes its warden, its keeper. They are strong when it is strong. They are weak when it is weak. We could send Primrose back, years in the past. She would be paired with the needle, but she would also share its strength. She would be healed. But she would also have no memory of you or her own past. She would be a newborn in terms of the mind. I ask you, Megan, would you let her die now, in a month's time, or be reborn with no memory of you?
There's no way in this life that I'm going to take my needs over Primrose's. Not again. I've done far too much of that already. Send her back with the needle. Do what you can to save her, Gale.
I understand. Could you both wait in the house? This won't take long.
Right. What? Which option? Did she choose option 3? Right? Yeah. That's Prim get no choice. The needle's magic worked. Primrose survived, and I will live a long life. I send you love for making the decision. It cannot have been easy. By sending Primrose back in time, we tied her to the needle. This is something you know. By doing so, she woke up 3 years previous without any memory of who she was. Sounds fantastic. She was alone, but she would not be for long. How do I know this? I know this because this is what happened to me. I woke up 3 years ago without memory. I was the one who was alone. You may even have been aware of this on some level. I am Primrose. I am your daughter. And now I must ask you for a favor. Perhaps the biggest favor anyone could ask someone. I ask that you let me go. Let me run away. By staying with you for so long, I was avoiding something. Something you may never understand. But now I will face it and do Primrose proud. I hope to return to you. This is not goodbye. Gale. I mean, okay. The story has not gripped me due to the incongruencies.
Gale was my daughter, and now she leaves me. Again. Well then, I'd better prepare for her coming back. She can't come back to this mess. That will never do. Thank you for helping us all. I sense that none of this would have come to pass without you.
It's like BioShock Infinite, only they didn't get it right.
Take the needle. I have no need of it. May time be kind to you. But now it is time to tidy.
I definitely didn't hate it. This is good, like 7 out of 10. Had a good time. Definitely had a good time. Highly recommend this quest. Guess we can just teleport out of here now. Yeah, I just think a 12-year-old school says I don't want treatment in a hospital. Parents say, "Oh yes, you will get treatment." The parents are the final. So we're gonna not get into politics. But thank you so much for joining me for this stream. I really appreciate everyone who took the time to watch. And we will be back to do Mage Bit in the morning. I gotta get some dungeoneering in because I want to be 120 dungeoneering. That's probably gonna be my next 120. Can't believe I'm saying that. So keep an eye out for Mage Bit in the morning. And of course, we'll. I got some podcast footage from Double XP Weekend, like 6 hours of footage. And I have some pre-show footage to put up. From with me and Hannah. So I got lots of stuff that's going to be going up on the feed. So be prepared for that stuff. It's gonna be. I got stuff to do. There's stuff. I'm just still recovering from 80 million XP on bonus weekend. My hand still hurts a little bit, but again, thank you everyone for taking the time to come out. And my goal is to do many more streams for many more times. I love you all.